Hi, folks. I'm working. I'm at my daughter's house now, so uh, I'm in an outdoor kitchen, and this is a top of the line, I'm sure, Traeger wood pellet grill. I'm using it as a windbreak, and I'm working on a truck camping thing. So even though I'm not truck camping right now, I'm working on it. I have ordered a German 1 liter Dutch campfire Dutch oven. Um, I've got a 2 liter Lodge Dutch oven, but it's a little big and bulky. And it's heavy. Okay, the 2 liter, you're going to laugh at me for saying that, but it takes up a lot of room to put it in a Tractor Supply grain bin. I'm downsizing. And so I'm downsizing just as much as I want, as much as I can. My silversmithing, I've got it down to a backpack, and I've got an anvil with me, and I've got a jeweler's bench pin and a thing to hold Fritz steaks and that sort of thing, and a big tool bag. But that's a major improvement from what I've been doing. I'm still doing sourdough as often as I can, which is not every day, but it's every couple of days, sometimes every 3 days. I need a good way to bake when I've got nothing but fire. I've got a beautiful little electric oven in the back of my truck, and it makes just an absolutely perfect loaf of sourdough for one person. I only make sourdough. My sourdough loaves are about the size of a grapefruit, roughly. If I put enough flour in it. If they're too wet, they'll be shorter and thick and wider. But if I don't have electricity, I just don't have a good way of baking, doing a quick bake on my sourdough. I've got one of the little Coleman campfire ovens, and if you've got a double burner, I think they're made to put on a double burner Coleman propane stove. You put the oven on one side, and you got all the lid for the oven and the heat shields and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it works absolutely wonderfully, but I don't have a lot of room in the back of my truck. I'm not a full-sized RV. I need minimalist as best I can, and that's why I found that the best way my best loaves of sourdough using fire and not electricity come in my Dutch oven, in a cast iron Dutch oven. And so I ordered this. If you want a good laugh, do a search for a Lodge 1-quart cast iron Dutch oven. You can buy them, and it's a little campfire Dutch oven, and I suppose it truly is Lodge, but I'm not going to validate that. But the things are $350. That's absolutely nuts. This German one, you can buy a Sandsport, I think, for about $30. The German version is looks like it's a little wider than the Sandsport, which I'm not a big fan of that, but it's got a tall lid, so it may be shorter and fatter than what I would really like to have. But I saw reviews on the Sandsport that was $30 that you may find a cracked handle. I don't want anything that's going to start out cracked or broken, even if it's not harmless. I'm pissy about it like that. So I've ordered this, and with my 2-quart Lodge Dutch oven, I've got a small size charcoal chimney, and it works wonderfully. And I can fill it about 2/3 of the way full, half to 2/3 of the way full, and that Lodge Dutch oven, 2-quart Dutch oven, works just fine. I can. It's a number 8, so it takes 16 bricks of charcoal with most of them on top. With this little 1-quart Dutch oven, if I don't know about the German one, I'm going to have to. It'll be here in a couple of days, but the Lodge one is small enough. I think I could do it with 10 pieces of charcoal. Which, if it's a 5-inch, then you double that. That's 10 pieces of charcoal. This right here, if I fill it full, it'll hold. It's a I forget what brand. I mixed a package of hamburger with, this is beans. It's one of the major brands of beans, and it's got onions. It's cowboy beans or something like that. You mix that with a pound of ground hamburger meat, and you've got a pretty decent chili. Now I used out in Bandera, Texas, there's a little salt store, and I used some of their cowboy salt. And that was a good chili. It was good, very good. Not too hot, but you can always add hot sauce. But this is the can from it, and 20. I don't know what size it is. I want a good charcoal chimney that will only do a very small bit of charcoal. And so what I've done is I took this can of beans, and I went to, I'm here in Houston with my daughter, and I'm less than 5 miles from a Bass Pro Shop. So I went there today, and I got 2 99-cent tent stakes. They're aluminum, and that may be part of the problem I'm having with this, because aluminum conducts heat very quickly. It may be cooling things off using aluminum instead of, maybe I should be using a couple of big nails. It's starting to work now. I've been screwing around with this for a couple of hours, and I poked holes in here with a triangular. I started the hole with a pair of wire snips that I use for cutting silver wire, and then I opened the hole up a little bit with a 1/8-inch triangular jeweler's straw or file, and that worked okay. And then I kind of opened it up, and it still wasn't big enough, so eventually I used these aluminum stakes to poke in there. Well, I had 6, I think I've got 12 holes in this, and I thought there'd be plenty of air, but it just, it's windy. And that was one of my daughter's, I think it's I don't know what it is, paper towel holder or something. This is her kitchen. It just wouldn't take off. It would sit there and smolder. And so I finally figured out, let's put a little more air in it. So I took this pair of chain making pliers, and I poked them in there like that into that hole. I didn't mean to hit that. I shouldn't even try to fake it. I poked it in there and opened it up until this would slide in and turn around. And I did that on 6 of the holes. Now it's lighting up. I don't know what the coals look like on the bottom, but I could put 4 more coals on here. So I believe I can reasonably, by the time this lights on the bottom, now I have to add more coals to the top, but I believe I could get 12 coals of charcoal in here. And I think that will be enough to, I think that will be enough to get that 1 liter. It's probably a liter. I don't think it's a quart because it's German. It'll be liter. A 1 liter cast iron Dutch oven. And if I can get this charcoal going, I bought it was a large stainless steel dog bowl from Walmart a few days ago. And I believe that this cast iron Dutch oven will fit down into this Walmart stainless steel bowl. Now, if you're not familiar with Dutch oven cooking, you're probably thinking I'm crazy. But if you are familiar with Dutch oven cooking, you know that you go to Tractor Supply and you get one of these metal feed bowls. And that's what you put your Dutch oven in. I'm talking about a 1 liter. I'm talking about the tiny one. I'm trying to reduce my size. And so I use this stainless steel dog bowl. And if that fits down in there, then I can put about 3 of these pieces of charcoal down on the bottom or around the sides. Probably around the sides, because the German Dutch oven does not have legs. Now it's got the rim around the top, so you can put fire on the top, but it doesn't have legs to hold it up. So maybe 1 coal on the bottom, 3 coals around the outside ring, so that they're leaning up against the Dutch oven, and then just dump the rest of them on the top. That's my intention. But first I've got to get the charcoal lit. And this stuff here has been a bear to get lit. It's coming along now. I don't know how it's going to work. This is the, I don't remember the brand, but you can go to Walmart. I shop mostly at Walmart, and you probably hate me for that, but they've got fairly clean restrooms, and they're big enough that I can go for a walk and I can do a couple of laps and kind of straighten my back out while I'm walking in an environmentally controlled area. And so I shop there, and I'll get their salad, and I'll have their salad for dinner. I'm not a Walmart hater. I would love to find small mom and pop shops, but while I'm traveling, they don't have big signs. Walmart does. But anyway, it's burning off. It stinks right now. But that's part of what I wanted to do. I wanted to burn this can off. And there's labels on those tent stakes. And I wanted to get it good and hot and burn it off. I wish I had about 4 more pieces of charcoal, because then I could really get it hot. But this is going to work. I want to get I currently have, probably from Walmart, little square bricks about that big of some kind of fibrous stuff, and those are fire starters. They are difficult to use even with my little Solo stove. I've got this Solo Mesa XL. Even lighting pellets is hard with those things. If you get the kind that looks like a small bale of hay made with wood chips, those things are hot and fast. And I want to get some of those. They're a little bit more expensive, but I want to try them with this chimney. This is a charcoal chimney. It's a homemade charcoal chimney. I think it's going to work. I just need the freight. The key is big holes for air. You need far more air than what you thought you needed, and you'll want to have charcoal handy so you can add it to the top, because it's going to burn down a little bit before it gets fully lit, and so you want to add a few more to the top because I don't think that's enough to bake my little loaf of sourdough. I'd have to add more. But and like I said, I'm burning this tool out. Oh, and if you don't have one of these, you need two of them. Don't get just one. Get a couple of them, and they're different brands. And these are ultralight backpacking handles, and you can pick just about anything up. If it'll fit in that jaw, you can pick it up. Or if you need something different, I've never had to use them, but this right here, if you had a ring here, you could probably hook that ring on it. But I've never used it. I've just used these things here. These things, get one. They're not very expensive, but it'll keep you from burning your fingers. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. It's part of my exploration. So if hopefully you're not following me to be too helpful, because I know I'm not, but I do like exploring.